Hi friends, my name is Sive and this is Stories in Sive, and today's video is going to be a list of books that I want to get to in February. So welcome to my February TBR. February is indeed the month of Valentine's Day and romance. I will say I don't have any on my TBR. Of course, I will be kind of scouting around for some audiobooks on loan from my library to basically just scratch that itch, but I'm not going to be talking about any romances today. But I have a number of other books that I'm excited to get to in a variety of different genres, so let's go ahead and get into it. The first thing I want to do is talk about my current reads. I have 3 books that I am currently reading, so let's just start with those. The City of Brass is the first book in the David Bod trilogy. This was on my January TBR and I was not able to finish it, and I'm bringing it into the month of February for the read-along, the David Bod read-along. I also have not put the Kingdom of Copper on this TBR, even though as soon as I finish this, I'm gonna move on to that second book. Multiple perspective, high fantasy story, lots of magic, lots of politics. I'm excited. The next book I'm currently reading is Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, and this is a YA sci-fi novel that I'm not super enjoying right now. I'm probably 1/4 of the way through this book right now, and unfortunately it's like not pulling me back into it. Whenever I read it, I love it, but I just don't want to pick it up. I'm feeling very confused right now, but basically there's 2 fantasies here, and all I wanted to read recently is thrillers and crime, and so you'll kind of see that here. So yeah, here we go. Our last current read is The Merciless by Daniel Vega, which is a horror story. It is about an exorcism. There is a young girl who moves into a new town, which is not abnormal for her. Her mom is in the military and she's moved around a lot and braces herself for a new school and trying to make new friends. She is adopted into almost like a mean girl friend group that consists of Riley, Grace, and Alexa. And so Sophia is swept into this friend group, but our main girl, Riley, was cheated on by her boyfriend with this girl, Brooklyn. And so Riley wants to, I don't know, perform an exorcism on Brooklyn, and that's what's happening. And it's weird. Do with that what you will. I'm enjoying myself. So the next book that I want to read in February is We All Looked Up by Tommy Wallach, and this is a YA contemporary story about a group of kids who are in high school, and they have like those typical labels. It's like the jock and the nerd. And so basically there is a comet that they find out is coming, is going to hit in 2 months, and then they have to kind of like rewrite who they are, and it's a little bit sci-fi-y, and I am now more tentative about this book after watching the movie on Netflix, Don't Look Up. That movie sucked for me for a variety of reasons, which I won't discuss here and now, but it made me tentative for this book, but I am still moving ahead. This is my book for the Buzzword-a-thon. The prompt for this month is we and our and other possessive words, and so We All Looked Up will fit that prompt. The next book I'm going to read in February is The Hip Shot by Michael L. Miller, and this is a crime mystery novel that takes place in a small town. It's very like everybody knows everybody's business, and a woman is murdered and another person goes missing, and then there is an investigation for the killer, and then are they connected? And we also follow another character who is the sergeant in the police department, and as she goes forward with the investigation. I'm very in the mood for crime and mysteries right now, and I feel like this is gonna hit a spot for me, so I'm excited to get to it. The next book I would like to read in February is The 7 or 8 Deaths of Stella Fortuna by Juliette Grums, and this is a historical fiction novel following our main character, Stella. And Stella is a very smart and beautiful, witty young woman who has a lot of promise, but unfortunately has a tendency to turn mundane everyday activities into lethal just times. She's just like, I don't know, stuff always happens. Her mom jokingly, or not so jokingly, calls her a cursed and haunted child. This takes place on the cusp of World War II, as Stella is the self-appointed protector of her little sister. And her little sister is basically, she just wants to protect her from the ruthlessness of the world. This is said to explore the relationships of their mother as well as them to their father, while also having a perspective of many, many years down the road, in which one person is recounting their tale and their relationship and why these two sisters are now completely estranged. This is a debut, and it is said to be a richly told tale of family transgressions as ancient and twisted as the olive branch that could heal them. I'm looking forward to this. I want some good writing. I'm trying really hard not to officially swear off the historical fiction genre, even though it's really not been doing it for me recently. So here's to trying something new, and we'll see how it goes. The next book I want to read is the second Sherlock Holmes book by G.S. Denning, and that is called The Hounds of Baskerville. I will hold up the first one. I don't have the second one just yet, but I'm very excited to read it. It's a fantastical retelling of Sherlock Holmes. You have some monsters in there and some spirits, and it's just a very kind of ridiculous retelling. If you like Sherlock Holmes and would be up for something a little bit on the strange side, this could be a series for you. I read the first one in November and loved it, and I'm excited to pick up The Hounds of Baskerville. And the last book I want to read in February is The Water Dancer by Ta-Nehisi Coates, and this is a fiction, basically kind of like a magical realism story about a young man who has a confrontation with water, I believe, and basically it sends him on a whole journey. It says here, young Hiram Walker was born into bondage. When his mother was sold away, Hiram was robbed of all memory of her, but was gifted with a mysterious power. Years later, when Hiram almost drowns in a river, that same power saves his life. This brush with death births an urgency in Hiram and a daring scheme to escape from the only home he's ever known. And then I believe he just goes on a journey and it documents this man's life. I'm really looking forward to this. Ta-Nehisi Coates is an author I wanted to read from for a long time. He is very, very well acclaimed, and so I'm looking forward to this book a lot. So my friends, that is it. Thank you so much for joining me. That is all the books that I want to read in February. It is quite the stack. I have 8 books here that I want to read, and well, not this one, but it's just the placeholder, you know what I'm saying. Last month I only did 5, and I really enjoyed the leeway that gave me. I was able to read more than 5 books in January, but I just really liked having the freedom, and so I'm a little bit nervous for this stack, but we'll see. I mean, 3 of these books I'm already halfway through-ish. Either way, all of these books are very special, and I'm looking forward to getting to each of them. If you like other bookish content like this, feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you. And other than that, I hope you have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.